I just started recording. Forgot. Um, let's see. I thought that the story sounded quite believable. I thought that how their marriage ended sounded really believable. It reminded me a lot of what happened with my first marriage. Um, uh, Probably like one of my only complaints about it was like the at first when they first mentioned the pandemic, I was like, oh, that was actually like pretty decent like integration of it. I have that written down, but I can't even remember what it was now. But then by the end of the book, I was like, man, you guys talked about COVID like way too much. It's not going to age well. It almost feels now like it's like it felt too old to be talking about that. Even though I was surprised that this book was just only written like mid last year, I was surprised that they were talking about COVID so much. But I liked all the characters. I liked just the idea of her just sort of like running into and getting to know these people. Um, Thought it was really quite funny. Uh, I when they were talking to the sex lady when everyone was giving one word answers to like their current sex lives and Phoebe said that hers was germinating. That made me crack up. That was good. Um, uh, yeah, this is one of those ones where like I can't really find many things that were like really like wrong with the book. If this were like if I solely graded like on just like pure gut instinct, this would probably end up being like a 3 or a 4 because of like again like just like sort of that like target market thing. But I just thought it was fantastic, and I think I'm gonna give it a 5 probably. It's quite good. Uh, and then just like on the note about her marriage and the divorce and everything like this, I thought that this was one of the more um fair and accurate depictions of like what happens with a divorce, especially having like talked to so many divorced people. Like even now, I'm pretty sure that this has even happened with you guys. This will even like slightly happen right now. Like when I tell people about what happened with me, people that have not been through something like it, they just don't understand. It's hard to articulate the fact that my ex-wife cheated on me, but that there's more to the story and it's not just that in a vacuum. And our marriage was broken too before she cheated on me. And some people are just cheaters. I know people that are cheaters, and it sucks that there's some people that are just like serial cheaters, but most people get pushed into cheating. And I think that's what happened with her husband. And that's just I hear that story all the time. But you usually whenever I like tell the story of my divorce, as soon as I mention that she cheated on me, it's sort of like closed book, and people like don't even really care about anything else about it, you know. But I thought it was cool. This kind of that was like a big theme of this book, that it's just complicated. It's always really really complicated. Um, I also just really really appreciate the fact that she didn't cheat with Gary. Obviously, she was like emotionally cheating pretty much the whole time, but that would have ruined it for me if she would have done that. So that was cool. Um, yeah, I think those are my main thoughts.
Are your guys' cameras off? Is it just me? Or are they on and my phone's being stupid?
My I
No,
see all of you guys.
I
We're
see
good,
all
and
of
you're
you.
you're coming through too, Julia. Maybe it's just doing that weird thing again.
Let me get out and come back in. Hold on.
Okay.
How do I do that?
We saw you drinking your juice and stuff, so
Yeah,
oh,
hers
she's
has
back.
been solid. Maybe it's something
No.
about her weird. So now you're just a. Is your hair not behaving today, Manel?
Yeah, it's just not, and I can't be
Oh,
bothered. It'll
I
go
do
down
see
in
it. It's got like too much of a
right?
swoop there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah. I was drying it and then trying to blow dry it, and this is the result. It sucks so much.
If it was symmetrical, it would look like you're doing it on purpose. But I see it's like a little bit more poofy on the right
Yeah,
side than
it's
the
just
left.
this. It's this little thing over
Yeah.
here. Anyways, not the point.
We see you again, Julia. Can you see us?
I can't see you guys. I'm so sad. I'm trying to see if I have to like update the app or something. No? I don't know. I don't fucking know.
You're
I
coming in
hate
like
this shit.
perfectly clearly. It's not even like skipping. I don't know what's going on. Oh, now it's skipped.
Yeah.
Now it's skipped. Oh,
Oh,
maybe
she's gone
she just
again.
jumped out again. Yeah.
While we wait, I shall fix my hair.
just continue to comb it down forever. It'll fix it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Here she
Really
is again.
But you know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna deal with it. So annoying. So annoying.
I did start recording. You can always watch the VOD if you want to see our beautiful faces.
Okay. Manel, do you want to go next, or do you want me to go next?
You put a beanie on to like
I feel
to
like
like
left out. I feel like
train
I'm
it
not in
down.
on the joke. So sad.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you were gone. It's too
You
late.
guys didn't even come back.
No.
Fuck. Okay, Manel, do you want to go next, or do you want me to go next?
You can go.
I feel like I always go in the middle, and I never go last. So you go, Manel.
Okay, yeah, I'll go then. To me, this felt like one of those rom-coms, very early 2000s rom-coms, like, Bride Wars and You Against, something like that, because it was funny. It was really funny. Like, Juice, Gary's daughter, and her human princess dog. I was like, why? It's so
And that
ridiculous.
was like it
And
was
like,
like
it
a
was,
Tamagotchi or something. I never like fully understood it, or was it like one of those robot dogs? I think it was just like a Tamagotchi, right?
I think so too. Like,
Yeah, I
clearly it wasn't
because there
real.
was
It
some
was
things that they
somewhat
said where I was
digital.
like, wait, is this more of like one of is this like a I don't know. But yeah, that was funny. That was good.
Yeah, it was so stupid. And then when the sex woman came and she was talking about panda porn, I was like, okay, I thought the
Oh
sex
yeah.
woman was like a prostitute, or like a stripper. But then I was like, why would you get a female stripper for the bachelorette party? So it makes sense. But it was so much better, like so much better. And then the guy who came and screwed the car, like what even was that? The guy who came and just
Yeah, I had that written
went
down.
at
That was
it.
super freaking random. I didn't even know. I didn't know what to. And then there was
It's
no,
like,
and there was never any further explanation, right? Like it just happened, and that was it. That was yeah,
yeah,
that was pretty random.
exactly. So yeah, it did a really good job of being funny, like in these old school rom-coms. That's the sense I got. But at the same time, there was some really serious subject materials that were discussed too, and you touched a lot on it, like her divorce, her infertility, the cheating, and even the relationships between Lila and Gary, like just getting
Yeah,
married for the
and
sake of getting
suicide,
married,
heavily,
and
heavily,
suicide.
yeah, really,
Yeah,
really heavy thoughts or heavy subjects.
yeah. And even like Gary's relationship with his sister, like those were all like, it kind of made me stop and think. So I was laughing in 1 minute, and the next minute I was like, that's a good point. Like even her career, like she felt like she was stuck, that she wasn't making any progress, and then suddenly like she actually got that spark of motivation. So she had to be in a different location and outside her comfort zone to kind of really realize that. It was interesting. Like I have no complaints. It was a good book. Like, yeah, it was good. I have no complaints.
Okay. Um, hold on, guys. I just drank something really like viscous. Is that the word? And it's like struggling to get down. I should
The
sit down.
orange juice. We saw
No,
that.
it was the kefir. Kefir?
Oh,
Uh,
get them probiotics.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't
Okay.
believe in it.
So you don't believe in probiotics?
I don't know. I just don't care
Okay.
about a lot of things.
Oh my god. This
Um,
is a kimchi all over again. But let's
literally.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the kimchi. And then when I do eat kimchi, I cook it so all the bacteria is dead.
You cook your kimchi?
Well, dude, next time you're at a Korean barbecue, try grilling it. It is so good.
I love
But
kimchi.
you will kill the bacteria, I'm sure. But it's really really good when it's grilled.
It's fine. No more. I'm busy. Okay. This has to be one of my favorite books of all time. I absolutely love
Dang.
this book. I thought it was so good. Um, I thought it was so well written, and I loved every single character, and I loved like the interpersonal relationships, and not only that, but I really enjoyed Phoebe, and kind of her finding herself and all the things that she said, because I feel like it is true. Sorry, Dexter, obviously wants attention. I feel like a lot of it really is true for women in general, that, you're always caring about somebody else and you lose yourself, and you have to make sure, like, she was always worried about Matt, and she was worried about this, and she was always worried about that. And she like never really expected. Like she always had to be perfect, or she had to be like, easygoing or whatever. So I really liked Phoebe, and I really liked hearing Phoebe's point of view and her relationship, her depression, her suicidal tendencies, her not having a mom or a dad, like all of it. I love Phoebe herself as a character. I thought she was really, really well written, and I feel like it's something like a lot of people can relate to, like her character. Maybe me more so than anything, because I feel like that a lot some of the times. So I just, at the core of it, I love Phoebe, but I also loved every single other character too. Lila, that bitch was funny as hell and very
Yeah.
selfish. Like she was so fucking selfish. Like it was so funny to me how incredibly selfish and like rich Lila was. Like it was like really, really funny. She's like, and
Actually,
grab some gas and
just real quick, how old was she? I never really caught it. Was she super
28.
young? She was 28.
28.
Okay. Okay.
She's 28. Yeah. Her mom too, talking about like her relationship with her daughter and everything that had to go there. Marla, when she cheated, and oh my god, them her driving and those fucking texts coming through, and then them being on the boat, and she's like, "Oh, my car registration's not valid." I was
Just
like,
doesn't
"Bitch, what?"
care. Yeah.
Like the relationship between Phoebe and Juice, I think was really, really good. Jim, even Jim's character, I really enjoyed him.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, I just really, really love this book. Like 5 stars for me. I would recommend it to anybody and everybody. I think it's just like a really good book. I loved it. I don't know. There's not much to say. Like it was really funny, which was like great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like funny the entire fucking time. Like Phoebe herself was funny, which made me sad that Matt and her kind of, and like to what you said, Darren, like there's so much more to it than somebody cheating. Like things happen. And don't get me wrong, cheating is cheating, whatever. We all have our thoughts on it. But like you said, sometimes people think it's like open and close, and I don't feel like it's often open and close either. Like there's always things like happen. Anyways, her, and I am so fucking glad. I am so glad that she did not get with Gary in the end, because that would have ruined the book for me. That would have
Yep.
absolutely ruined the fucking book for me. So I am very, very glad that the writer did not fucking fall into that trope and like have them get together. And I'm very glad that it was Gary who opened up that conversation instead of Phoebe, because Phoebe stayed true to who she was,
True.
and she stayed true to Lila, and she's like, my loyalty is to this fucking wedding. I'm sticking to it, and I'm glad that she did. She stuck to her guns, and I really appreciated that. Yeah, overall, like not really many complaints. Like I genuinely love this book. This is a book like I would probably pick up and read again in the future. Yeah, it was just like really funny to me when they got high. That shit was
Yeah.
hilarious.
2 weeds, please. Yeah, that was
2 weeks is like the
that was
whole
pretty
like
good.
them locking themselves in, and like Jim's confession too. And I totally see that too, because if you think about Lila and what we kind of saw her personality in the book, like she's very much somebody that would have probably never chose Jim, because he wasn't a doctor, he wasn't rich, he didn't have any of those things, and it was like I feel like that was really realistic. She chose the more well-rounded man. Oh, and then it was funny how her mom was just like, it's an age gap relationship. My husband was older than me too. She's like, do you know how to cancel her fucking piano lessons? Because that bitch wanted to, how to crush on her teacher. Like that shit was funny too. So, anyways, overall, like I just loved every single part of this book. I thought it was so good. I didn't want to put it down. I wanted to pick it up. And I think the funniest part too is like when she was like, oh, I was gonna try to kill myself with cat painkillers, and Gary was just like, what's the dosage on that? Like, is that even gonna, because I really thought about that too. I was like, Phoebe, you didn't really think that one out, girl, did you? Like, I don't know if the cat painkillers are gonna do it. So but overall, yeah, I really genuinely loved this book. I thought it was so good. I loved it so much. It's a
Yeah.
really good book.
And
Go ahead, Mira.
no, I mean her entrance, that she came wearing her most expensivest dress
Yeah.
to the most expensivest hotel. I was like, dope. Like, yeah, you go, girl. You do
Yeah.
your thing.
Like if you're
Good.
gonna go out in style. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like I love how
Yeah.
she came in and she was just like, and I love how she really did do it. Like it would have been different if Lila would have convinced her like not to. Do you know what I mean? I think the book could have gone different. But like no, that bitch said, I'm gonna do it. Halfway through it, I don't want to do it, and I hope I wake up, but I'm gonna fucking do it. Like she stuck to her guns on everything, and I appreciate that about her.
Yeah.
So
Gary's mom was so funny too. Like every time they brought a new
Thank
source of food, she wanted to say grace. Like,
Yeah.
Lord Jesus, But the third time she didn't do it, and everyone was waiting. That was funny. Yeah, this would make such a good movie. Like if there
It
were
would make a good
action.
movie. It would make a
Yeah.
good movie. And then I just also want to say, like, I just feel like the author really wrote these relationships well. The whole thing about, and I think because if you think of Lila as a person, I mean, we all know a Lila at some point in time, or some like semblance of a Lila. Like Lila having to fucking get her high school best friends that she knows nothing about, but they're at her wedding because she wants this $1 million wedding, and they're there and they kind of figure out like, we don't really fucking know you anymore. Like this is not it. Like that's so accurate. Do you know what I mean? Like how many? Like I've had to think about that. I'm like, if I ever get married, knock on wood, who the fuck would I have as my bridesmaids? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just feel like every aspect of these like interpersonal relationships were written really well and like pretty accurately for the type of main character that was. Like, that's exactly the kind of relationships Lila would fucking have with people because she's so selfish, because she's just like this rich little kid that has like gone through life. Do you know what I mean? And Gary seems like the kind of person that would have these deep relationships with like Jim and Marla, even though they were kind of assholes. So, anyways, yeah, I just thought like the characters themselves are like really well written. Like Nat and Suze are funny too. Like, yeah, why was that bitch calling her kid the little worm?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think one of the things that I loved the most about this book was actually something that it was like lacking, and that's that like um what's so prevalent these days is books will call out these flaws in women these days, but then they like always just like blame a guy for it instead. And like uh the main character had a lot of flaws. She basically like it is something that women struggle with, this like insecurity of feeling that they have to like, constantly please and be the
Perform.
doormat and all of these things. But like at the end of the day, she recognized and it's just the truth that it's that she's got to stand up and stop taking the bullshit. It's not it's like she I don't think she ever once like blamed Matt for it. Like she
Mhm.
like at the end of the day, like insecurity is your own fault. I know that too. Guys have insecurities too. They just kind of like express themselves differently. But like it's not but like if you can just like sort of think about it, this kind of stuff comes up all the time, but your standard book would have just sort of like kept blaming Matt and painting him as the bad guy for that, and that's not realistic. Like if you're insecure about something, you're insecure about something. I guess some like in some weird way someone could like browbeat you into doing that, but that's just not how life is. Like I have my own insecurities and they're my fault and I need to overcome them. You know what I'm saying? Even if other people are like involved. And this book felt extremely well balanced. It talked like these characters were flawed, and they were flawed very very like realistically, very
Mhm.
very like dependably, that you could just like map it to real life, and people like that. You can feel it yourself. Yeah, super good, very good writer.
And I
I was
love
I was
how like
thoroughly impressed with this book. Oh,
like
you're muted maybe? No, you're not muted, but we can't hear you.
No.
Oh, there you go.
I also love like the progression of Phoebe too, of like her like you said, like understanding these things and then her saying, fuck it, I'm gonna do this for myself. You know, I'm gonna make these conscious decisions to not fucking be in that same place that I was and change. And I loved you want. I loved seeing that.
Yeah. and
You
the
want
and
food?
the cat and the catalyst for that change being that she tried to attempt suicide and it didn't work is like a perfectly believable catalyst for it too. Because another thing that we see is this like exponential growth where like women get like ultra strong just because there's some battle coming and they need to. That doesn't really like make any sense. But like something like what happened to her, and then the very next day she starts acting completely differently. Totally believable, right? Like that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And she said it herself. It's like as she was dying, she realized she wanted to live, and if she was gonna live, if she was gonna make it through, if she was gonna do it, how she wanted to fucking do it, not how she did it before. Because what would be the point in that?
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's super cool.
I think he just wanted me to watch him poop.
Oh, you were dealing with Dexter right now. That makes sense. It was so funny that
Yeah.
how you talked to Emma that you were like, not right now, I'm busy.
Um. That's right. But yeah, that's exactly how I felt.
Dang. Praise all around. That's a
Yeah.
really dang good book.
Well, are you doing it 5 or 4?
I think
She's
I'll give it 5 because I really enjoyed it. Like I wasn't bored at any point, so like why not? It deserves 5. Like it was a well
okay.
written book.
I just realized, damn it. Okay, I need to make another Goodreads tag for the very few books that we all give 5-star, because that's rare. When was the last time this happened? Actually, maybe like
Ooh.
Babel. I remember us doing it. I think we did it on Strange the Dreamer. I think there's been more, but it would have been nice to like put them somewhere because that would be cool to remember. So I'll add
Yeah.
this one at least.
Oh my gosh, that author is coming up with a new book. Catabasis, I think it's called.
The
Oh, I
Babel
just added that
person?
to my
Yeah.
Like
So
later,
exciting.
and then I was pretty shocked to see that is the Iron Flame chick making her next one like this month, right? Isn't that
Oh,
like
yeah.
crazy
Talking
quick?
about it.
Jeez,
Oh yeah.
that's
Oh
fast.
yeah,
It
we
must
gotta
have been
read
like
that.
already in production for a while. There's no way like that's only like 8 months, I think. Either that or it sucks. It could suck.
You
I
guys
So
think.
go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. No, you got it. You
No,
got it.
it's completely off topic, so I'll wait.
I guess mine's probably slightly more. I think I know what I'm picking for the next book, but I literally had just figured it out like 15 minutes ago. I wasn't like sandbagging anything or waiting. I really couldn't be bothered to like find anything this weekend. So I think I found it though. I just need to make sure I can find the audio.
What book is it?
Battle Royale.
Nice.
It's like the spiritual first Hunger Games. It's from the 90s.
Oh,
Yeah,
ooh.
Hunger Games
vintage.
definitely did not come up with that idea. It's like a Japanese book, and I wanted to read it for a long time. I've seen a movie about it. That's from like 2004 or something like that. Yeah, curious. I've heard the translations like "I," so we'll see how it is. But I've heard it's a pretty good book.
Is it long?
I have no idea. It is like a single parter, at least. Luckily,
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah.
We've already read 4 books this month alone,
We're going
right?
fast. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
going
we're
really
going very
fast.
fast.
Yeah.
Good.
This is way faster than we were last year. So
Yeah.
sweet pace. Only thing that I'm realizing is like usually it was in those downtimes that I would find time to occasionally read those side Sancho books for the other book club. Dang, that's gonna be tough now, but it's okay.
Oh no, how's that?
Oh
Oh no!
Ooh.
Shut up, Manel. You can't make those jokes anymore, you jackass.
good,
You
no.
probably read
Yeah.
more, you probably hang
I'm
out with the
sorry.
other book
Those
club more
jokes
than I
now.
do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've read 9 books this year.
Nice. That's crazy
Awesome.
pace. Because
I'm
are we
trying.
halfway
I'm
through the
trying to
year?
finish another one today.
A little more than halfway through the month, but yeah, that's like really good pace. Crazy.
And Manel, you?
I think I've done 7, but I'm trying to finish 2 books today. So
Damn, how did you finish 2? Okay,
Jeez.
now I have to up my ante.
I have read exactly how many we've discussed. And I'm perfectly happy about that.
that's good too. I mean, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Us at our slowest pace, even as we like were getting lazy and we were like the slowest we would ever go, I would say is still in the like 99th percentile of readers in the world, probably higher than that.
I was just about to look that up.
There's no way. There's no like. There's just. It was always breakneck speed, even at our worst. So pretty much never.
What is it called? Reading, adult reading percentage? What would it be called?
Like many books?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Adult reading percentiles?
Yeah.
That almost sounds like it's gonna come up with like a like reading comprehension percentage rather than like how many. I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting.
Literacy is different though. I don't know because I know it's not literacy. Okay, let's read
Right.
this post article. Okay, what percent are you among readers in 2023?
Oh, I guess I
one
can.
book